Hey folks, it's the comic book show, or whatever this is. Let's have a look and be really excited. I'm gonna try for a lot of excitement in this video. I never know if the sound is a little off or if the excitement level is a little too low, so I thought maybe I'd try to pep it up a little bit. Let's see if I can maintain this. Let's
Get some pep in that step.
Let's go. First issue in here,
Medium New M, huh?
Miami Mice, the comic book. This is based on the very popular Miami Vice TV show back in the 80s.
That's funny, I thought it said Mile.
So, this is by Mark Bodie, apparently. There's a guy named Vaughn Bodie who music fans might remember is referenced in a Beastie Boys song. But I can't remember which one. But anyway, he's another comic book artist anyway. Micronauts. They came from inner space. This is a great
Inner
series.
Space.
Yes, Inner Space. This is great. This has some great art by Michael Golden, and of course Bill Mantlo, the co-creator of Rocket Raccoon, and a long time writer of Peter Parker, Spectacular Spider-Man, Marvel Tales, and a lot of other. I think he might have even done a lot of issues of the Hulk. He was a very prolific and steady writer for Marvel during the 70s and 80s. So anything by Bill Mantlo is usually worth picking up.
Neat.
So yeah, here's Micronauts number 3. Let's see, Micronauts number 4, still with Michael Golden. 5. So I have almost a near run, except for the first issue, which is unfortunate. Number
You don't
6.
get to see the start, yeah.
Yeah. Number 7, 8, 9. Number 9. And here's number 10. Defeat. 10, 11. So I got a bunch. 12. If you're interested in Micronauts, then please let me know. I'll put together a nice deal for you on eBay. So 15, 16, 18, 19, let's see, 17, 18, 19, 20, almost a whole run. 21, 22, 23.
Toys R Us.
24. So yeah, it looks like from about 2 to 24, I've got every issue. So please, if you love Micronauts, let a guy know. Anyway, Micronauts 28, 29. This is 36, so now we're jumping around a bit. 36, 37. Let's see, 39. 45, so yeah, we're really jumping around now. That looks like a cool Gil Kane cover. Either that or Gil Kane or maybe Barry Windsor Smith.
Someone's sitting at a computer apparently in this one.
That might be Barry Windsor Smith. Whatever, it's cool. So anyway, here's Micronauts King Size Annual 1. That's a Steve Ditko cover, so that's pretty cool. And number 2. Annual number 2, very cool. These are Micronauts Special Edition, which is representing the original classics, Bill Mantlo and Michael Golden. So see, I'm not the only one who thinks they're great. Micronauts The New Voyage. All new adventures in the strangest cosmos of all. So this is the Micronauts The New Voyage. Okay.
You apparently have a bunch of them.
Yeah, apparently there was only one issue, and I have 4 copies of it. I'm sure there were others, I just don't seem to have any. Okay, now we move on to something new. All new Midnight Tales. Let's see. This looks like a horror book from Charlton Comics, so that's a fun 70s diversion. Mighty Mouse by Marvel Comics with Bat. Prince Seymour, the subplotter, does that say? Somewhere the subplot.
Oh yeah, looks like it.
And here's a DC event called Millennium that took place, I think, in the 1987, maybe. But there's Millennium Week 1. Let's see, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It was 8 weeks. I got all 8. If you're interested, let me know.
Aren't you fancy?
Yeah, the new Millie the Model, which anybody who's watched The Big Bang Theory,
Marcy,
yes, has heard Raj make a silly reference to it.
How?
And worst of all, Millie the Model.
Yeah.
So there's proof that Millie the Model actually did exist as a comic book.
Was he created by Stan Lee though?
I'm not sure exactly where it was created, but so
Because
anyway,
Roz seems to think she was created by Stan
she
Lee.
probably was. But now, after Millie the Model silliness, we get on to greatness. This is Miracleman, which was called Marvel Man in the UK, but they couldn't use Marvel Man in the United States for copyright reasons because of Marvel Comics.
Oh,
So they changed the name to Miracleman, and these were originally printed in, I think,
so this isn't by Marvel then.
no. So this is by Eclipse, and I think these were originally published in installments, like in a magazine called Warrior. So I think they would publish about 6 or 7 pages at a time. So these comic books collect those things together and make them into more comic booky type things. But it's by Alan Moore, who gives his
I've heard of him.
yeah, he gives his take on Superman, and oh my God, it's amazing. If obviously Superman could not have survived as a longtime character if he was portrayed in this fashion, but this is an incredible
Why
take
not?
on just because of the events that happened in Miracleman. It's more logical if somebody was all powerful the way Superman was. Miracleman presents that as though this is probably what actually would have happened had someone like this existed, and it can get.
What, does he die or something?
No, he just kind of uses his powers to create all sorts of crazy. I mean, he has limitless power. He can do whatever he wants. It's what would you do if that was you? And, he kind of takes it to extremes. So this is too. He doesn't necessarily do anything evil, but he also is not altruistic like Superman. There's Miracleman 3 with a Howard Chaykin cover.
Howard Chaykin.
Howard Chaykin, Chay. There's Miracleman 8 and Miracleman 9, which they actually have a depiction of childbirth, which is interesting.
Is the
It
entire
even warns
Miracleman
it.
by Alan Moore?
These issues are, yes. It's eventually
It says something about this contains graphic images.
graphic images of childbirth. So yeah, Miracleman has a child, which is interesting because they hadn't started that concept in Superman yet. But they always had dream things like Superboy and stuff like that, but there was never children of Superman, and that they've started doing that recently. So Miracleman did it in the 80s. So this is Miracleman 12, getting
No, bully for Miracleman.
yeah. See, and like Miracleman issue 14, I believe, is or 15 is known to be like one of the most graphically, intense. Like the kid Miracleman, they were kind of riffing on the Shazam family too. So Kid Miracleman was an evil version of Superman, and he pretty much went nuts and pretty much destroyed London all by himself. And they didn't spare you any of the horror in the art and the story. So it's really incredible that this existed in a comic book. But anyway, Miracleman by Alan Moore, very much worth getting. So keep an eye out for it. Miracleman. This is Mr. Miracle by Jack Kirby. When he moved over to DC, Mr. Miracle was one of the characters that he created. So this is number 11. Unfortunately, I don't have any of the first 10, which was really unfortunate. But I do have these. This is number 14, number 17, and then they switch over to the Steve Englehart and Marshall Rogers issues, which are almost as good. So these are in the 70s. That's number 21, so good stuff. And then here's Mr. Miracle again, relaunched in the 80s. Doug Mensch is the artist, the writer on this, and that's an Adam Hughes cover, which is always worth looking for. So here's Mr. Miracle again. So these are in the 20s of the 1980s series. This is Mr. Monster, which was an Eclipse comic book. So here's Mr. X. Mr. X was a really great series that came out in the 80s. It was published by who's that? I think it was published by a number of different publishers, but the original 4 issues of Mr. X are really great. Just really, really good examples of how good comic books can really be. So if you ever have a chance, read Mr. Miracle 1 to 4. They're really excellent. But this is Moon Knight, number 26. This became a TV series character later, and this is by Doug Mensch and Bill Sienkiewicz. Great art by Bill Sienkiewicz in this. And this is unfortunately near the end of his run, so I think he stopped at number 30. But still, some great art and story in these issues. Number 28. One of the best covers in the history of comic books. Just fantastic idea, execution, artwork, just all of it great. And there's number 30, Bill Sienkiewicz's final issue on Moon Knight. So here's some issues post Bill Sienkiewicz. So we got a bunch of those in the later.
Did the quality change?
The writing was still good, and the art was still pretty good. But
Was Bill Sienkiewicz the writer or the
he was the artist. But yeah, this is Moon Shadow, which was by J.M. DeMatteis, and I believe John J. Muth did the painted artwork. So Just started raining, if you can hear a noise, folks. So here's some issues of Moon Shadow. And I'm going to go through these a little bit faster now because I realize I might be running out of time. This is Monster Hunters. This is Monsters on the Prowl. Morlock 2001. Morlock 2001
Not
Midnight
flesh-eating
Man.
Morlocks.
Mr. T and the T-Force, which is notable really only because Neil Adams did the artwork. So, so this is Ms. Marvel that was launched in the 70s.
Which eventually became Captain Marvel, right?
Yeah, but this is Linda Danvers in her original role as Ms. Marvel, and she's fighting the Scorpion there. So
it's not Carol Danvers?
it's Carol Danvers, yeah, I'm sorry. So here's Vision. So she had all sorts of guest stars in her series. I guess Marvel wasn't convinced that Ms. Marvel could carry a series, but there's number 6. And there's number 7. So I have a whole bunch of these. Number 8. And here's number 14. Number 17. And there is one really well-known issue in here, which I believe is the first appearance of Mystique, which of course I don't have.
So, of course not.
But that's a valuable one. And that's number 21. That's 22. And number 23. And I think I'm going to stop this video soon because of the noise, and I might be running out of time anyway. This is the relaunched Ms. Marvel by G. Willow Wilson, which introduced Kamala Khan, and that was a really good series. I must say that the original appearance of Kamala Khan was really well done. So if you have a chance, I'd recommend picking up those issues because they're really good. This is number 14, so the art and story for this series was very good. That's number 18. And this is a series of detective stories called Ms. Tree. Get it? Ms. Tree.
Ms. Tree, yeah.
So there's Ms. Tree, Max Collins, and Terry Beatty. Max Collins. And there's Ms. Tree. I think when I finish the M's, I'm going to stop. So there's Mystery in Space.
Joke's on you, because according to the label, this box is entirely M's.
Yeah,
it says in my to new M.
Mystery in Space number 112 and 113. And just as you were saying, we jumped to N. So I'm going to stop at N. But
it's N.
Yeah, I'll give you a hint that what else is in here is the Nam, and then Namor, and then New Gods, and then there's a lot of New Mutants back here, including New Mutants 1 and 2. So,
Namor, who I think was in Wakanda Forever.
I think you're right. So yes, I will cover this stuff later, but there's New Mutants all the way to the back here. So if you're looking for New Mutants, let me know in the comments, and if you have any requests, just let me know.
That's what new M means.
Yes.
Okay.
So that's it for that box, and I'll get back to the rest of the box at another time. So thank you for your attention, and if you saw anything in there that you want, hint, Miracleman, or Mr. Miracle, or any of that kind of stuff, then please let me know, and I will make an auction just for you. And just make a comment below, or reach out to me via eBay Messenger, which will be linked below. So thank you, and have a great day.